Oh yeah, welcome back to Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. It is February 4th, 2022. It is 22 degrees outside and we've been having steady snow, frozen rain, and ice for the last 2 weeks. And that's really putting a burner on our last final opportunities to hunt for you here on the channel during the winter months. Deer season's over, duck season has concluded, and that really only leaves us one animal species worth chasing, in my opinion, where we can show you guys some pretty significant behavioral and success-based content, and that is by exploiting late season Canada goose. So in the month of February, there are 4 weeks where we can chase Canada geese here on the channel for you, and we'll probably only hunt a couple times, but these birds are harder to hunt than they've been all year. All the loafs, feeds, and even the roosts that they've been exploiting earlier in the year are frozen up, and these birds have completely changed their behavior and locations in order to stay alive during these brutal times of the year. If it gets any worse weather-wise this winter, these birds are just going to migrate out of here. We're going to have no goose hunting in February. So I've been on the road the last 6 hours today trying to find some late season geese for us to hunt and bring you here on the channel, and where we will hopefully get it done on some birds for you. Now here on The Reason, we have been doing everything in our power to show you guys how to exploit a little bit of ecological understanding, human impacts on the landscape, and even annual climate patterns in order to find some success or find opportunities for success. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how prepared or educated you might be, success borders failure all the time, and it's such a fine line. You've seen us have extremely productive days on an absolute whim, but you've also seen us overly prepared for hunts that have failed. So when it comes to finding true success as a hunter, day in and day out, you have to be willing to put the time in to get out into the woods and put this information we're sharing with you to practice. Not easy, but hopefully you've seen just how information can really inspire you to get out into the field and feel like you have a chance of making something happen. It's been so hard for us to film, produce, and live our lives as family people, working people, and otherwise busy humans. But it's worth showing you guys this content if we can give you a little bit of education that will allow you to take an advantage of an opportunity one day to exploit some sort of hunting chance. This is the final episode of this first season of The Reason. And we've been chasing this wildlife even in the most treacherous of road conditions in order to bring you guys the opportunities that Western Pennsylvania provides us. It's just a matter of doing things right and having the right information at your disposal to do things correctly, ethically, and successfully. So we're hoping we get after these geese, and hopefully it all adds up for us as we look to have one more banger hunt for you here on the channel for this winter hunting season. The grind's real. I got bags under my eyes. I'm drinking 2-3 cups of coffee a day between working and editing and filming and scouting and then ultimately hunting. But if we can bring you one last goose hunt, take advantage of this one last opportunity for you and find some success, whether it be decoying birds close or making a big pile of them, I'm going to feel good about where we're going this spring. So this is The Reason. Let's get after it. Oh yeah, we're back. It's a couple weeks since we were out in that blizzard trying to find Canada geese for us to show you here on the channel during this late season. So we actually have some bad news and we got some good news. The bad news is I found an extremely populated loaf pond where there's actually corn feed all around it, where over 100 geese and almost 150 mallard ducks have been hanging out. We can't shoot the ducks, but the geese are most certainly there, including a bunch of genetically colored birds, which are unique. We call them leucism geese, and they have white heads instead of the typical white patches on the side of the face. And there's also some banded birds in this group, but we cannot get permission to hunt this pond. The guy was a golden soul. I mean, he was the nicest dude that I've talked to in a long time regarding permissions. He just doesn't want people hunting geese, and I can't blame him. So that is a big no-no. So through a couple weeks of scouting and talking to people and trying to figure things out, that is one permission that we will not have. The good news is one of my old faithful landowners, they have a loaf pond on their property where the birds come in, hang out most of the day, primarily because everything else is frozen up. And this is the last pond to freeze when the winter hits, and it's also the first to open up wide in this late February time of the year. So birds really traffic into this region to hang out and feed on some aquatic malfoil and other plant material in anticipation of spring. This is the same pond that we hunted, ironically enough, in the beginning of the Reason series. So this should be an old favorite with some old friends who we know love goose hunting as much as I do. So this should be a really fun final episode to bring you guys. So at the end of February, we're kind of getting down to the final grind of goose hunting, but at the same time, we don't want to be hunting too many birds in too many places because they're going to be starting to produce next year's brood, which gives us an opportunity to continue these passions and continue playing this game that we call goose hunting into the long term. So we don't want to take any more than we can. So if tomorrow ends up being a huge success, I'm going to be on cloud 9, but that'll also be a great place to conclude our goose hunting here on the channel for this Reason series. So I'm excited. It's always good to have a landowner call you and say that they got 150 geese sitting on a pond. They want you to come get rid of them. So hopefully this weather continues staying kind of cold, keeps the fields where the corn would be iced up. We got a ton of flooding in the last couple days, and it was 60 degrees, and now the temperature has dropped into the low 20s, and it's probably going to continue dropping into the teens. So if those fields freeze up and the birds can't get to the corn, they're most certainly going to be out on water where they can get to the aquatic plants that don't freeze at the bottom of the pond. So that said, use a little bit of scientific hypotheses in order to predict where the bird's going to be, and hopefully tomorrow morning, when we'll see you next, there's a pile of geese flooding into this pond and we're letting them have it. So stay tuned, should be epic. I'm looking forward to this hunt. Hopefully this final conclusion to the Reason is worth your watch. Oh yeah, it's Vince. Say hey, Vince. It's Glenn. Say hey, Glenn. So we're out here on this loaf. We were talking about how everything's kind of thawed out. This huge migration push is coming into this area. So we're on the OG pond right here. This is where my goose hunting began, and this is where we've been seeing about 150 birds come in every day for about a week. So we got nothing but floaters, some shells, and full bodies. Basically, in the late season, we're trying to get the most realistic spread that we can put together. So it's very windy, it's a little bit snow. We're going to see birds. They're coming. It's just a matter of us waiting them out. We don't have to do a lot of calling. We just need to look like the geese that have been coming here over and over and over again. So the birds that do come just feel maximum amount of comfort. We don't want to draw them to our blind, although the hide under this tree is fantastic. And we're going to see if we can get it done here. Late February, loaf geese. Some of my favorites to hunt, some of my favorites to decoy. Yeah, that's it.
I think the solo picked you up. Well, we're going to get you into this blind because we're about to have the most unreal morning on this pond. Smack 'em, boys. Nice. You got him. You watch that bird. Yeah, watch it. You got him. Yep, he's going down.
Oh, I got him. I'm dying. I got honkers down all over the place. Oh, I just ran one down twice. Long story, we'll talk about it in the blind.
What's the story, brother?
6, 8.
I got 5. I'm done.
Yeah, there's 5.
I'm limited out.
I got 5.
1, 2, 3.
Vince has 2 on the other side.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We need 5 more for 3-man.
Yeah.
I'll get back in the blind, buddy. Give me some pound town.
Kill him, boys. Take him. One down.
Well, this has been the hunt that we've been waiting for all season. Just had to wait for the conditions to turn to our favor and stay persistent and make it happen, as we were saying. You know, can't kill them if you don't put the knowledge to use. So this has been one for the books. We need one more bird. And it's his. So birds are coming up. They're bouncing from field to field. We can actually hear people shooting in other fields around us, which keeps the birds up in the air. And as long as we haven't pressured every group that comes through, it's only a matter of time before the next and last bird comes in. So give me a statement, Vince.
Oh, look at those icicles.
I don't give statements.
it right. Glenn, whenever you feel like you can take one, you just do it.
Yep, here they come.
Yeah, they just can't get it right. Here they come. Yep. All right, Glenn, get ready. Dang, the wind is just pushing them like kites. Oh yeah, they got feet down, baby. Here comes the solo, Glenn.
One more. And that is a wrap. He's on the sink.
And that team is a limit of honkers. In February, those birds were working like crazy. That was awesome. We just kept talking to them, kept giving them a little low clucks. They freaking got the wind right, but the snow and the wind together. When these birds are flying, they got nowhere to go. Completely disoriented, and that's a 3-man limit. Let's freaking go. Buddy!
It's a big goose.
Sure is, dude.
Gotta love it.
Big old softball head right there, bud.
That's what I'm saying.
Duker on that.
Dude, first limit.
Okay.
Wow, this is crazy. Freaking blizzard. 3-man limit. We're taking some politics. Do a little close and get the hell out of here. So, that is that. We got 15 birds. We got Vince's first limit. Is that that's your first limit this year? So, persistence pays off. We knew birds were in the area. This late season stuff has a whole different energy to it. You just gotta be where it's gonna be. Not for them to strategically use right now, but if you can find a pond that's open and some real heavy tide, you're gonna get into birds, and that's what happened. This is the bird that I heard about. Great question. No, thanks for tuning in. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Welcome back to Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. And it is March, but you wouldn't know it. We got about 8 inches of snow yesterday. Winds were blowing up to 50 miles an hour. We were starting to get some spring weather, and wildlife is starting to move back into the area, like wood ducks, and robins, and meadowlarks, and all these species of migratory birds. And now I'm just driving around trying to see if I can find any of them, because I'm kind of concerned that this winter could have really messed up their behavior a little bit. and they're just general survival ships. So I'm trying to get a survey of what is still living in this area for us to observe this spring summer season if winter goes away. So on this first season of The Reason, you've seen some deer hunting, you've seen some waterfowling, and you've seen some other outdoor recreational activities that we can use the environment to get a better understanding of in order to find more success as a hunter. And we hope you found some value in The Reason to this point. Maybe it's entertainment value, maybe it's educational value, maybe you're just checking in to see what we've been doing because you're a fan of the channel. Whatever it may be, there's all kinds of purposes for us to have this channel. It allows us to keep you in tune with the natural world that you share with a variety of different species and their specific ecologies. And whether you're using it for sustainable consumptive matters or just using it as a recreational set of enjoyment to get you away from the work environment and the work week, kind of like myself, there's always something that we're trying to do for you here on the channel. We hope that in the first 12 episodes, you have found a reason to want to watch and see what's been going on. Moving forward, we want you to make sure that you stay tuned with what we're doing, because next time you see us, it's going to be spring and summer season. There's a lot more opportunity. There's a lot more fishing, foraging, along with some hunting opportunities that you have to understand ecology in order to find success in. Next time you'll see us here on the channel, hopefully things are a lot greener, and they stay that way. So until then, shoot straight, stay strong. Keep finding purpose in what you do, whether it's watching this channel or taking the things you learn and applying them to your own life. And that's it. We'll see you guys on the next one.